God's commandment, going in there to buy today is breaking God's commandment. Because today is God's Sabbath day. A lot of us, we go to church on Sunday, which is tomorrow. That's not the day God ordained. God ordained today to be his day. And guess what? This day is only the day between him and us, the children of Israel, which is the so-called blacks and Latino today. We are God's chosen people. Today is God's days. And unknowingly, we're breaking that day without knowing. And guess what's going to happen when Christ comes back? He's going to put us to death. Because when you say, hey, I've been doing a good guy, I've been doing the thing, but God said, but you've been breaking my Sabbath day. Give me the one of daughter.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
God said, you shall teach them diligently. What's the them?
Verse 2. That thou might fear the Lord thy God, to keep his statutes and his commandments that I command thee, that thou, thy son, and thy son's sons, all the days of thy life.
God said his law, statutes, his commandment, those are the things. In verse 6, he said to teach your children. Jump to verse 6.
7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
The them is the commandments and law, statutes, of commandments of God. You have to teach those things to your children.
And shall talk to them when thou sittest in thy house.
When you're in your house, instead to have them spend the whole day watching TV or on cell phone and iPad, you have to open that book and teach them what is in there for them as, good story.
And when thou walkest by the way.
When you're on the street, walking to the market, you see things in your way, you can use them as way of tools to teach them.
Women wearing pants.
Okay, like, women wearing pants. You didn't know that. As your daughters, according to the law, they should not be wearing pants. And what you have on them is not even pants. This is, believe it or not, it's underwear. These things are supposed to be under the skirt. Our women use those things when it's cold. That's how we use them. We don't go out with, those things, okay?
And when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
Meaning, this Bible is supposed to be the best story. Because we have so much story for mother and father in this Bible that they can learn. That's how you're going to save your children to have eternal life. Because I'm pretty much sure, as myself a father, if it was my choice to have, listen, like I told my kids and my brother, if salvation was like a football, basketball game or whatever you call it, where you can go buy a ticket to attend that event, I'll buy everybody a ticket even though they told me no. But this gospel, they have to accept it for themselves. But as the head of the family, you are the teacher of your wife. When you teach your wife right, guess what? She's gonna teach the children right. Give me the one in Sirach. Listen to this one, my brother, because you have daughters, because I have daughters, so I have 2 daughters and 1 son. And believe it or not, all those gray hair, they happen because of them. Because as father, because we one time was a young man, we know how those men play games. And we always worry for our daughters they don't fall into the hand of a bad man.
Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 42, verse 11. Keep a sure watch over the shameless daughter,
What does God say?
Keep a sure watch over the shameless daughter.
Meaning God said, don't be naive when you have daughters. He said, keep a sure
watch
on your daughters, because they have trick, my brother. I'm telling you, I have a 13-1. Sometimes she tried to pull a trick on me, and I look, and then she look at me and smile. I said, I know you tried to pull a trick on me, and then she be smiling. You think you got? I said, I know it was a trick, but I'll play along, and then she's smiling. But God said, don't be fooled. Read.
Let she make thee a laughing stock unto thy enemies.
How does your daughter cause to be a laughing stock unto your enemy if you don't be careful on how you raise them? What could happen to them to be a laughing stock? A laughing stock is like be a shameful, a dishonor for your family. Pregnant at an early age. Okay, being and now these days, what we see women do, young women, being doing is shaking their behind in TikTok, Facebook. God said, if you raise your daughter right, you won't be a laughing stock. Meaning your daughter will not be in the mouth of everybody in the neighborhood. Read.
And a byword in the city.
And the byword, calling your daughter's name. That's what bywords mean. Calling them names. Read.
And a reproach among the people.
A reproach, because when it's come to your daughter, you feel like you cannot go. You feel like you cannot go anywhere with your daughters because they might shame you, or they've been shaming you. People are gonna find a way to get at you to put you down. Read.
And make thee ashamed before the multitude. Verse 9. The father worketh for the daughter when no man knoweth.
He said the father. Read it again.
The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth.
Meaning the father stay awake when nobody know that it's awake. Because now these days, our daughters will go out. Let's say the high school thing. You be the one sitting waiting what time they're coming home. Or they go to school after a certain time they're supposed to be home. You'll be awake, worried, waiting when they're gonna come in home. When nobody know you worry, but you being worried for them. Read.
And the care for her taketh away sleep.
The care for your daughters will take away your sleep. You cannot sleep. Okay? Give me the one that for the kids that come. Blessed is Ephesians. Obey your father that came in. Is Ephesians 4:6?
Yeah, I got it.
6:4. Okay, my young daughters, my young girls, this is for you. I want you to listen to this. Whenever daddies talk to you, you don't want to listen. I want you to listen to this verse.
Ephesians chapter 6 verse 1. Children, obey your parents.
What does God say to my little one?
Children, obey your parents in the Lord.
What does God say to do to your dad and mom? Read again for them.
Children, obey.
Are you grown up or you children? Your children, right? What does God say to do to your parents?
Obey your parents in the Lord.
Obey daddy and mommy in the Lord, meaning according to the Bible.
For this is right.
For this is the good thing to do, to obey daddy and mommy.
Verse 2. Honor thy father and mother.
Honor, you see that? How can you honor your dad and mommy? Give me an example. How can you honor? Honor is in a way to please them. How can you please daddy and mommy? When they ask you to do something, you do it. Papi say, okay, this is time now. I give you 1 hour for your cell phone or your laptop, whatever the case may be, it's over. Are you gonna be, are you gonna do that?
She do that.
Or you're gonna be like, or you're gonna come to Papi and say, thank you, Papi, or thank you, Mommy, for allowing me to use my iPad for 1 hour or 2 hours, whatever the time being. God said, honor your dad and mommy when they tell you to do something.
Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise.
Which what?
Which is the first commandment with promise.
Say it again for them.
Which is the first commandment with promise.
God said this is the first commandment that come with a promise. Do you know what promise? What the promise is? He said when you obey God, it's in Deuteronomy, Exodus. I'm going to tell you the promise. Listen, Daddy, I know you have to go. They have to listen to this. He said when you obey mommy and daddy, this is the first commandment that come with a promise. Let's find out what promise.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 12. Honor thy father and mother.
You see, he said the same thing.
That thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
When you honor or listen to dad and mommy, what does God say happen to your days or your years? Read again.
And that thy days may be longer upon the land.
Your age, meaning you live longer on earth. Would you like to live longer? Would you like to live longer? What does God say you have to do in order to live longer? Read again for them.
Honor thy father and mother.
Another word, obey mommy and daddy.
That thy days may be longer upon the land.
So, if you don't want to live longer, you can disobey daddy and mommy. But if you want to live longer, God said, if you obey mommy and daddy, you will live longer. In other words, you will live old. You will get old a long time on earth. Would you like to live longer? So I just give you the formula. Listen to daddy and mommy. All right, my brother?
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.